My team on my back, did what I could, what I had. Now I be all in my bag, copy and paste with the swag. Bet you can't do it like me. All my winners on repeat. Take your L like a boss. Stand 10 toes on
Today, from CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks taking on Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
First down, Prescott. This to Jarwin. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, he made that catch knowing full well that at the end of it, he's going to catch a pretty good lick.
I guess if there's anyone on this team that can absorb a pop, it's him. Now a second down and 6. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future all-pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago. Really, it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
You have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
Cooper's got it. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49.
Complete.
The drive stays alive. A third down gain of 8. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
The first down carry by Elliott doesn't amount to much as he'll get forward for about a couple.
The ball carrier.
North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
On second down, it's Elliott.
Prescott
he takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Taken down by Bobby.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 25-yard line. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
Dallas.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Seahawks 26-yard line.
Prescott to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Complete to Easy.
And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
1st and goal.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Now Elliott. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Now, this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you're really out here in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 23. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That one good for 12 yards. And it'll move the chains. 2nd quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles around the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
2nd down at 4. From the shotgun, Wilson escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Here's Carson. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle.
A 3-yard
coming up on 2nd and 7. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 38-yard line, 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks 6-yard line. A big run that time by Elliott. 57 yards. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now because is he rewarding himself for a great run or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the 1st half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. 2nd and goal. Prescott. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they had a good drive going, a chance to build on this first half lead, but now you kind of feel like we got a new ball game.
And you wonder what the discussion will be now at halftime, because I think we were headed towards one. Now it's a different discussion altogether. One side optimistically, the other side wondering what could have been.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to. And
they will watch this one land in the end zone. That'll be a touchback.
25-yard line.
Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong. Only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, you know, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity. That's our bread and butter. That's the basis of our offense. We got to get that down right here, right now. And I think we're seeing some of that in this running game here.
So did you not get that down, and that's why you were moved to the defense, or what?
I don't know for that reason, but I do know I saw a couple of guys throw, and immediately they were saying, you know, you need to learn how to backpedal.
Hey, the ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Jarwin.
You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. It was Melvin Ingram that time who shot in to bring him down.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
4th down.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10. At their own 15-yard
line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They start the drive up high. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Wilson trying to urge his guys to go faster and get set at the line. Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson. He'll run it. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Third and long, it's Wilson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
It's caught. Lockett. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Chris Carson, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson. That is caught at the 7. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. From the gun, it's Wilson. This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run with Carson, and he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It'll go as a loss of a yard on what should be the final play of the first half. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf as time expires in the first half. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce-back. Tremendous poise.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 30.
So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They defeated the Patriots last week, now looking to make it 2 in a row here as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Wilson, rolling to his right. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Greg Olsen was a big-time pickup for the Seattle Seahawks in the offseason. Spent the last 9 seasons with Carolina as an all-pro, Pro Bowl tight end, and did the same thing before that with the Chicago Bears. Now he moves to the Northwest and gives Russell Wilson a big-time target in the middle of the field.
On first down, it's Carson, and he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Back to the ground. This time it's Hyde. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And Pete Carroll looks like he likes his chances with the offense on the field. They're going for it on 4th. They run for it with Carson. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They go play action with Wilson. Flush to his right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They run again with Carson. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
First down, a run with Hyde. Down right around the 25. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
And Russell Wilson gets sacked, and he tied for the most sacks in the NFL last season with 48 in total. But Seattle likes to throw the ball deep. So that means you're going to take more time to get the ball downfield.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And this one will not be handled. It's into the end zone for a touchback. 25-yard. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Prescott got an open man, the tight end Jarwin. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
A gain of 4.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
10 carry now for Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now it's Lockett. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Six yards left on 2nd down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
They'll run on 1st down. Carson. Jalen Smith tied for 6th in the NFL in tackles last year, and on the stop there.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down. From the gun, Wilson. And he finds a man, it's Olsen. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys' side of the field. It's a big play there for Seattle. 41 yards.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up four fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Two veterans there, Wilson to Olsen for a Seattle first down.
At the 4-yard line.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we get to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A big play here for the Cowboys. 42 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
It's a gain of 17.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where play. Oh, Prescott stripped. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll begin the drive with Carson. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Tackle made by Everson Griffin.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. They go play action now. Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Now here's Michael Dixon. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. as time has run out on this football game. So the victory here for Seattle. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for the Seahawks, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2.